Hi, this is Shell, also known as the Purple Gimp. This is episode 7, part 2, and I want to talk about the importance of pushing for a clear and correct diagnosis and demanding quality medical care. We've been talking a lot about my good friend who is struggling with the end of her battle with cancer. And as I mentioned before, we got sick, really sick, right around the same time, about 9 years ago. And at the time, we, my friends and her family, took her to the emergency room many, many, many times for unexplained bleeding, and she was hospitalized for the same reason many times. Had 2 or 3 doctors supposedly in charge of her care, and we did the same dance for years. She would bleed, we would take her to the hospital, she would go in the hospital, they would replace her blood supply and stabilize her, and then they would send her home. And after a few years like this, she got sick again for the same reason, with the bleeding, and called an ambulance. And by a stroke of pure luck or fate or destiny, depending on what you subscribe to, all of the beds were full at her normal hospital, and she was rerouted to another hospital here in the area, which is a large and very prominent teaching hospital. And within 5 days of being admitted, they had a diagnosis of cancer. And unfortunately, by that point, the cancer was stage 4. So I have to believe, I know, that with the right medical care, sooner, the outcome would be different right now. And during that same period of time, I had also become really sick, and no one knows your body better than you. And I knew that something else was wrong. I had some pretty serious pre-existing conditions related to my intestines and all my girl parts. And I knew that something had changed drastically in my body, and I knew that it was important to find a doctor that would take me seriously. And by some stroke of fate, again, blessing of the universe, whatever you want to take it as, I was able to apply and win my medical disability on lots of symptoms and very little diagnosis. And we narrowed things down to the giant autoimmune field. And then it became a, wow, 5-6 year search to find a doctor in that field that would take me seriously and work hard to manage my symptoms and, give me back some quality of life. And I heard everything from wear wider shoes to quit having sex and the pain will go away, to, the silliest and most apathetic responses that you could imagine from a physician. And it was really hard and really discouraging, but I knew that I owed it to my family and to myself to stick with it until I found a doctor that was willing to take my life seriously. And I cannot stress enough, if you're out there still seeking a diagnosis, or you have a diagnosis and you're not pleased with the quality of your treatment, don't stop. Don't give up. Don't take second or third best, because your life, your body, is worth more than that. If you're being treated in a less positive fashion than when you would expect your pet to be treated, find a new doctor. If you have a doctor who isn't willing to work hard at figuring out your diagnosis, especially in the autoimmune field, when there's so many diseases with overlapping symptoms, fire him or her and get a new one. I went through so many doctors trying to find the one that would take me seriously, and the same battle again to find a pain management doctor that you would think that I was just, shopping around. And you know what? That's what I was doing, because in the same way that you shop to get the best deal on your car or your house, you should be able to get the best customer service, the best patient care for your body. In fact, I would say that it's even more important to shop around for the right doctor than it is for the right deal on your car. You only have one body, and I have seen firsthand what having bad medical care will do to your life. And I know that physicians can be intimidating. I know that, they're supposed to have all the answers. And you know what? They don't always have all the answers. And, that's a whole other episode in and of itself. But you have to realize that if your gut is telling you that this isn't the right fit, then it's not the right fit. And you need to find somebody that makes you feel like you're being taken seriously. Because, again, as I've said before, nobody knows your body better than you know your body. And that voice inside you that says something is not right, or this doesn't sound right, this doesn't feel right, listen to it. And if they're not willing to listen to it, then find somebody who will. Our lives are too finite, too precious, and over far too quickly to spend time flailing around for somebody to take you seriously and make efforts to return a semblance of quality of life to you. As usual, if you're out there if you're watching this, you're not alone. Thanks for being here. Bye.